Hello.
Hello, my dear. I'm so happy to see you finally.
Finally.
Finally here. Yes, in front of each other.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I wish we could meet each other like in real life soon.
Yes, face to face.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, someday, for sure.
Someday. For sure. For sure. Okay. So today
Okay.
we are going to make a video for my private Telegram channel, and this let's see like that. The topic of this week is work. Yes, jobs, different jobs, and how to speak about your work, about your job. So let's start.
Let's do that. All right, my dearest sister. The first question from me is gonna be, how did you apply for the position of stewardess? Can you tell me about your experience?
You know that after I finished the university, I went to Moscow to work
Mm-hmm.
as a stewardess or a flight attendant. But you cannot just get this job right away. Firstly, you must apply for the position online on the website of any airline company you want to work. And after that, they send you the interview requirements. Like you need to send your contact information, like all your data about your education and so on. And then you send your data to the by the email. So and next you can have your personal interview in Moscow. And if they accept you, you must study at the airline's flight attendant school firstly.
Wow, that's very interesting. I want to ask you, by the way, did you sign a contract?
Yes, I signed 4 months training contract. I started in October and I finished in February or in the no, in February. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then I signed a 3-year contract with air company after I finished uh, my training course.
Okay, that's a long working period, I would say.
That's right.
Here in Czech Republic, we usually sign a contract only for 1 year,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
maximum for 2 years. But you cannot sign a contract for 2 years
Why not?
until you work for 3 years in the same company.
So you need to work at the same company for 3 years before you sign 2 years contract.
Yes, that is true.
What the fuck?
European bureaucracy, I would guess.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Загнивающий Запад. Yeah, okay, okay. So you are still at the university, right?
That is true.
Okay, but
I'm still studying right now. I'm finishing my degree in teaching English language and literature and Russian for foreigners.
okay. Okay. So tell me please how so tell me please, how did you apply for your position? As I know, as far as I know, you worked, yeah, some time ago, you worked as a receptionist. So tell me about this.
That is true. All right, so position switch. For 2 years, I have been working for the same company, which it was called and which is still called CPI Hotels. It is one of the biggest companies in Czech Republic, like in hotel business. I applied for that position through the website. There is a website which is called jobs.cz, This is like Avita Rabota, I would say, something like. So I found the position there. I contacted the manager. I had an interview. I passed it, and they took me to company where I worked for 2 years. And recently, a month ago, I left that position and I came to work for a new company, which is called Bohemian Properties.
Mm. So, what is your position right now?
My position right now is administrative assistant of CEO.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, did you apply directly to the CEO or through the HR department?
That is interesting because my best friend, she's head of executive office of this company,
Okay, you're lucky.
and she recommended me directly to the CEO and to the director of the HR department.
Okay.
So I skipped all of that steps, contacting the HR, passing through some steps, and then only coming to interview. No, I skipped that and I came directly to the interview with the CEO, which lasted for 2 hours. That was a massacre. He asked me a lot of things, like, uh, how do you see yourself in 5 years? If I come inside your room right now, what will I see? Or something like
Oh my
that.
God.
Yes, yes.
And what did you say?
Yes, so he wanted me to point out on some major things for me inside my living space, inside my room. Well, I don't remember. I think I have said, I told him for the first thing, it was sofa on which I'm sitting right now. The second thing was the music player because I'm collecting vinyl. This is my hobby, I would say. And the third thing was, I think I said it was guitar. So a guitar.
Are you playing? Like, what? You have a guitar?
Yeah, I have a guitar. Well, I want to ask you about your shifts when you were working for the Airflot. So, how did it go? How did you have that?
Oh, I had different shifts. Sometimes I worked like 3 morning shifts in a row. Like I could start
Oh,
at 5 a.m., at
oh,
8 a.m., or at 11 a.m. It was so hard. It was so hard. And I also had day shifts and the worst of all, night shifts. Like on night shifts, you cannot sleep at all. And
because I used to work on the night shifts in the hotel as well. And I have been working at night shifts. I have been working at night shifts for almost 3 years. That was massacre, so I understand your disappointment
yes,
about
and
that.
just a nightmare, just a nightmare. Because, for example, if a flight was long, for example, like 10 hours or 11 hours, and when I arrived in a new country, I arrived in a new country in the morning, you see, and of course
Mhm.
I had to walk somewhere. I had to buy something, as a present or as a gift for my family and so on. And I didn't sleep. And this happened like 4 or 5 times a month. And each time, I didn't sleep like for 2 days in a row, the day of departure and the day of arrival. It was a nightmare, just a nightmare.
I can imagine. That's really tough.
Yeah,
Yep.
how did you survive?
Well, I just didn't tell my manager that I was sleeping on the night shifts. That is all. This is the key to success. And now, finally, I'm working normal 5 to 2. So I'm coming to work at, well, I have a pretty flexible schedule. I can come at 8 a.m. and I can come at 9 a.m. Well, I can leave at 4 p.m. or I can leave at 7 p.m. I don't know. It's based on the amount of work that I have for the day.
You know, I've heard that um, mm, we have a difference. How do we say this normal work week? For example, in Russia, we say that we work 5-2, you know, like 5-2, 5 work days and 2 days off. They usually
Mhm.
say we work 9 to 5. It's like from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it means that they work like the normal week, like all people do, like
Mhm.
from Monday to Friday, but they call it like from
Mhm.
9 to 5 usually.
Yeah, that is true. Well, usually people from the US call it like that because they have, I would say, a strict working schedule when they work from Monday to Friday, and Saturday and Sunday they have days off.
Yeah, right.
Here, I wouldn't say that. Anyway, it will sound differently in Czech language, so.
Yeah, of course. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about money, about salary. So,
Hey, let's.
so
Hey. All right, so we are coming to juicy stuff. And my question to you, little sister, like, what salary did you have in the airfloor?
you know, my salary was not very high compared to salaries in Moscow, but I
Okay.
had enough money for my apartment rent, for food, for taxi. It was my guilty pleasure, really. I spent a lot of money on taxi. I would say that I wasted a lot of money on taxi. Of course,
It's
shopping.
experience.
What?
It's just experience and
Let's
things
call it like that.
understand.
Yeah, let's call it like that. It was just experience, just an experience game. So,
Yeah.
of course, I spent money for shopping and different kind of entertainment. Like we usually rent some bikes to cycle around Moscow. We went to the cinema often. To salary of that. Can you compare your salary of hotel receptionist and administrative assistant of CEO?
Okay. Well, yes, of course I can compare. You can compare a spoon with the ass if you want to. Well, when I was working at the hotel reception, I used to make, uh, let us say, 30,000 Czech crowns a month.
Can you compare it to dollars?
Compared to euros,
Okay, euros.
it's approximately 1,150 euros, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. 1,200, maybe like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And now, at the position of administrative assistant of CEO, I went to work for a larger company, which is Bohemian Properties, and now I have a salary of 45,000 Czech crowns, which is almost 1,500 euros.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yay.
So it is some kind of a promotion, right?
That is true. That is true. A promotion in salary, a promotion in responsibility, a promotion in schedule, a promotion in life, I would say.
Right. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Okay. So and now I want to ask you about your colleagues. Okay.
Hmm.
So tell me more about your colleagues. Who do you work with?
Okay. Uh, I would say that Bohemian Properties is like the USA. It's like the melting pot because you have all the nationalities working in the same place for the same company for the sake of the same company. So, for example, starting from the top management, it's the CEO, our director, our headmaster, our mentor, Mr. Aiton Goldman. Then we are moving a little bit down in the hierarchy, and we are coming to our office, to the executive office, where I'm sitting, where I'm sitting, and we are coming to the executive office, where my colleague and I are sitting. So my colleague, she's the head of executive office, so she has higher position than me, and her name is Nastya, or she calls herself Tasya, and she's from Russia. She's from Orenburg. Then I go. I'm Lyosha. I'm from Rostov. I'm also Russian. And then we have everyone. We have Thais, we have Vietnamese, we have Filipinos, we have Czechs, we have Slovaks, we have Ukrainians, we have, oh my god, we have Kazakhs, we have Georgians, we have everyone.
That's cool.
And that is very interesting. I love to work in diverse society.
Yeah, that's right. That's like constant practice, right?
That is true. I constantly speak 3 languages throughout the day. For example, today, mostly I spoke English because mostly I was contacting the CEO and the directors of other departments. So yeah, mostly I spoke English today.
That's cool.
You never know how it's gonna be.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay.
Okay, and now my question to you. What can you tell about your colleagues when you were working at the Airflot?
You know, I worked with different colleagues all the time. Unfortunately, I'd say. Every flight, I had a new crew and a new, oh my gosh, I don't remember, chief flight attendant or something like that. It's like a manager of our crew.
Or senior.
The head of our crew. So this was sometimes annoying, you know, because I had to introduce myself again and again and again every day to new people. But sometimes it was very fun. 5 years have passed since I left the job, but I still talk to some colleagues, you know, from time to time. Like, hello to Airflow team if you are watching this. Yes. Okay, I remember.
Still talk to your colleagues as well.
Yeah, okay. But to Pasha?
Pasha.
Pasha.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
to Pasha.
Pasha, Daniel. Shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Daniel.
Okay, yeah. Very nice to talk to you today. Thank you so much for your participation. And yes, hello to everyone in my close Telegram channel, and hello everyone from YouTube. Nice to talk to you.
Yes, it was nice talking to you as well. I am so happy to see you every time. So call me anytime you need to. I'm always here in this beautiful device you're looking at.
Later, Gator.